Hi YouTubers, welcome back to my next video. In this video we are going to see to create a table. Actually this is the day one, very first day one of sign up. So here what we will do, we will create a table with name called user. Okay, then we will have user ID, this will be the key, and username, first name, last name, email, phone, password, last login and status. This is a simple table we will be creating here. Okay, so what I have done here, you can able to see this is my folder hotel API in my last video which I have told you, and this is the construct. And further, creating a table, db for forgi is a library provided by CLI, nothing but code igniter. So where we will be using this and using this, and we will be creating a table. To create a table, here we will write like create user table, not admin. This is a setup kind of thing, where we'll be having user ID, username, first name, last name, email, password, as I told you, phone number and last login and status. Okay, status we have kept it default as 1, and phone number we don't need any default, so let's remove it. And here we go, and let's remove it. Okay, simple thing. Anything default you require, you need to keep it default. Here your auto increment is required for user ID to I have kept it true, and unsigned is true, and constant true. Null, I am defining it as a null, so here null we go, and this is a simple thing. Then this I am using InnoDB. Then I am adding the fields. I am telling user ID is my key, and I am creating a table called table. For to run this, actually what you need to do, you need to just go to your browser. Here I have no tables right now. You can able to see what I'll do. Here you go with the login localhost, then navigate to the folder hotel underscore API, then navigate to this controller name. Okay, then navigate to the method name. Since I have not kept any output here, no echo kind of thing I have kept, so you will not get any result. Just it will execute and it will create a table for us. It's almost done. You can able to see here. Now you can have your UI kind of thing if you want. Here you go with the user ID and everything has been created. Right now, as I told you, this is the very first day of this video, and we'll create a sign up page. So here we go with the REST API, and we will work here. Let me remove all this, and let me have public function name. You need to mention it here like sign up, and then you need to take your inputs. So inputs are like username, this d input. Using post method, we will be taking the input values like username. For sign up function, we will take the username. Let's copy paste some words, like it will be easy for us. Email, phone, first name, last name, password, last login we will generate it. So basically this is this small code to get the fetch the data from our user. Here you go. Okay, so it's looking like very simple. Let's make it complex. I'll show you how to make it complex right now, because you are developing as a full stack developer. uh, you're doing this project, then there should be a something called security. So security we will be discussing about here right now. So security, let's discuss about the security, little bit of security. So if we discuss about the security, then we can able to know how we can do it and all. So basically that's the main of this. xx security code igniter underscore clean. Okay, xss underscore clean in code igniter. If you search in this fashion, you will be getting that how to use this function and HTML and all. So this is one of the library, security library of code igniter. We will be using it and we will be developing it. So basic use. Let me show to you the library documentation. This will be a detailed part, because you will be knowing each and each step how to do it and where I am getting it and all. You will be knowing it, and it's very helpful for you. It will be helpful for you in future, if you want to write by your. This is the library, helper library. You need to load it. So basically every time I need to load that helper library, so what I'll do, I'll create a construct where every time I need not to load it regularly. So here I have created a construct helper. Which helper I require is security helper require. Here this is required. If you see the usage of this xxs clean, This is how we do it. Okay, X to prevent from strings and all. Simple method. The security library which we have held here and xxs clean. We are doing the special characters. If there are any special characters which can do an SQL injection kind of thing, then we. So this is how create. This is very important for every which you are taking from outside of the user. From the user, if you take anything from a user, it becomes, we don't know what kind of data user may enter. Hacker, it may be anything. So to protect from those all things, what we do, kept it, copy this. Just pause the video. If you want to write the code, then you can pause the video and you can able to check it out. This, after getting all this, now what we need to do, we need to validate if everything is going perfectly or not. Okay, username is there or not, and it takes time. I know it takes time. I have already written it here, you can able to see, but we'll do it from scratch. Just validation part, I'm taking it out from here, or nothing is required validation, and we will do it by ourselves. Okay, so let us see whether all the, if anything is empty or not. If not empty, not empty of dollar username, and all fields are mandatory, so that's the reason. And if not empty of email, phone, this time waste, I will do it quicker. I'll copy this first, last, password. If these are not empty, then else we'll write a result response array message stating that please enter all mandatory fields. Status, what we'll do, we will just echo the response, echo JSON encode response. If something goes wrong, then it will come to this loop and it will always tell us that's the wrong thing. So now we will, what we'll do here, if everything, if it is not empty and this is also not empty and this is also, everything is not empty, and if it is entering into the loop, then this username is existing or not, we need to check. Email ID is existing or not, we need to check. Then only we need to go further. This is the main scenario, because username and email ID should be unique. If email ID is already existing, then what we need to do, we need to send the response and we need to exit the code, right? So these things we need to do, as we have, you can able to see here, response mail already exist, username already exists. So we need to check it out whether this is existing or not. So how to check it out, that let us dollar this db where username is username dollar res response equals to username check there, this db get what we have created user. We want num underscore rows, right? So number of rows with that user we check. Okay, we go with semicolon. If it is like 1 or 2 or 3, if something is there, then user check. If username check, then what we do, we will tell a response stating that username already exist. Okay, so this is the simple procedure to check username. Same, this can be used, same procedure can be used for your with the I know this takes a time, but you will learn perfectly from the user. And this is the email ID already exist. These two things is not happening, then what we'll do, we'll go to else. Okay, we'll go to else, or what we can do, we can optimize this fashion. We will check both of them. Here you go with else if, then lastly ending with else block, you can check. So this is what we do here. And then if it is both are not satisfied, okay, if both are not saying, then what we'll do, we will insert that value into our table. So how to insert the value in database, we'll create a variable called data, we'll array. Here we go with the username, and you know, control C. I'll make some copies for email, phone, then email, phone, then have what we what are all username, phone, first name, last name, first, last, then password, then last. For last login, you can use your date function, why, and if you wish, then you can keep status. But anyways, we have kept already one as status by default, so it's, you can give it or you can't. If you want to give it, then you can, or otherwise it's. Then what you need to do, you need to insert into the db, right? Just sign up, check, we will do it where dollar this db insert into user, then you need to give the data, right? This is the thing. If dollar sign up check, then we will give a response. User has successfully, user has, thank you for registering with us, and status to 1. Else, if something goes wrong, user sign up, and what we'll do, we will give a network error. Try after some, we'll give it to a simple kind of thing, but yes, the lines of code we can understand it works. Now let us time for testing. So to test it, we have this, I have already told you, Omnia. I'll be using it for our testing purpose. The day 1 will be completed right now. If you've heard any disturbance, sorry for the disturbance, you can always check out. Okay, here you go. With what I'll do here is I'll make sure that we have the proper URL is nothing but local host, where we have HTTP, not yes, we don't have yes here because we are using local host, and then we need to navigate to hotel API, then our what we call this name of our file controller hotel REST API, then need to navigate to our function or a method which we, so this we need to copy it. Here you go with this, and here, okay, so here you need to select it like what will be selecting is form as a body or as a form. You just select it as a form, and you need to give username, you need to give email, you need to give your first name, last name, then your phone number, then your password. So these things which we have taken from the user, you can able to see 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 3, these things we have taken from. Now if we send all the value, let us start with empty, and then we will go with 1 bit information we will be entering, and we will be checking. So as usual, what we have expected, please enter all the mandatory fields they have told, means it is going into this block, please enter all the, and it is executing, and we are getting as a chessman response like JNTU lab, right? Username I have given, and let us check if it is one thing I have entered, but it also please enter all the mandatory fields. So let us give at gmail.com, let me give these things, last phone number, and let us check without giving password 1. Okay, now I am giving a password as 1245, and let us, but still it is telling please enter all fields. Let us see where is the problem. This username is empty down, every values are not, so we need to check the spelling as well. Here you go, username first last, okay, so till here and good. From here, so let us, what I'll do here, I will echo $username. Let us check, we are getting, after echoing it we will exit it, so we are unable to receive the username. So let us see whether both information right or not. So okay, this is the get method we are using, so that's the reason we are not getting it. We need to use the post method. So let us check it again, and let us see what the thing. Now everything is perfectly included, username and everything. The response we are expecting is that successfully inserted. This is the response we are expecting. Thank you for registering with us. Let us see. Thank you for registering with us. We have received the response with successfully as a status 1. So let us check whether we have received the same information in our table or not, because everything which we are doing is nothing but our table, right? We need to check it out whether the table has been perfectly received or not. If data is received successfully, then everything is done perfect. Now one more thing I want to take you to the notice is the same user, if you want to again sign up with the same login details, the same user ID, then he should get a warning, right? So that thing we will right now we will check it out. So right now you can able to see user ID and your username, first name, last name, password, phone number, last login status has been. So now in this what we'll do, we can able to see the password of everyone. So what we'll do, we will hash the password using MD5. We will do in a bit. Now I will show you, if same user wants to register the same login details, then what is the error we are expecting. The error we are expecting here is like this means the error username already exists is the error we are expecting right now, because the username is the first thing. So here you go with the username already so let us have some s kind of thing, and let us check it out again. Now we can expect that email id is already existing, so user and email is checked regularly at the time of, okay. So if email id existed, then we need to do modify a little bit, okay. So those things we will in our app development, so that will be helpful for us, okay. So here you go with all the values details. Now we will check this the password, how to modify it. So basically this is the password where we can do. Here we can go type MD5. We can do an MD5 password hashing and we can store it in the database. Simple kind of thing. Now what I will do, create one more database, one more value inside the database, and let us see what is how it's getting. Thank you for registering with us. We have received it. You can able to see here my password will be hashed here, has been inserted. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you want to check your mobile number also, you can check it out. Let us do it in this video itself, so that useful, because we will be publishing this in the Play Store. It's also in this whole video. Okay, you go with the phone number. This is the phone, and check in the user as number of rows. You go with the phone check. This is what we are expecting it here. Control C. Here you go the control V number already. Right now, if someone wants to do it again, then he will face an error with this phone number. There is an error because here phone something error, here nothing, but this is the error. This was the simple error here with the phone number already exists. So hope this video is helpful for you to creating a REST API right now. So in my next video we will discuss something about this part, how user can. This will. Thank you for joining me. Have a nice.